Hello, everyone. This is Tina, and I'm very happy to be with you this morning. And it is morning, whether you're Eastern Time or Pacific Time, so I think it's safe to say good morning. As Andrew said, the title of today's talk is Driving Value Through Integrated Payer Market Research. And as you all may know, value is a very general term, and I think defining value and pointing out where we see value is interpretive, and it's dependent on each individual product and the manufacturer's needs. And so I'll begin with the main overlying objective of today's talk is really to demonstrate to you how an integrated approach to payer market research can result in very high value for your specific product's needs. So we'll start with just going over some of the traditional approaches that you might have taken in the past, and I'll try to describe to you what I mean by the specific integrated approach, and then show you some of the reasons and rationale for the integrated approach and why it makes sense to you, and some of the steps that we can take once you begin to implement this integrated approach, and a couple of case studies to demonstrate to you how this was successful, and ending with Q&A. All right, and we'll start with the first poll question.
That's right. Thanks, Tina, for that. We certainly do have a poll question appearing on the audience member screens right now. And you can vote on this in real time by clicking on your screen, and I encourage you to do so. This question, in what stages or stage of product development are the products that you support? Is that early stage development, pre-launch, or post-launch? And you can actually select all that apply there if you'd like. That question again, in what stages of product development are the products that you support? Looks like most of you have voted at this point, so I'm going to close polling now and share the results with everyone. The most popular answer is pre-launch, and that's followed by both a tie there at early stage development and post-launch. So with that, Tina, I'll hand back the mic to you.
Great. And that's actually as predicted, right? I think most of the payer market research is really focused on the immediate about 6 to 12 months prior to launch. So when the product is in pre-launch mode, that's when the most needs are, including payer market access, reimbursement strategy, and health outcomes, all those type of needs. So that makes sense to me. But what I also want to point out is that regardless of the stage that a product is in, you can begin to think about payer market research and use that to address a variety of objectives. So some of the objectives that you might have had the chance to address in the past with your products is to understand the prioritization of a particular disease state relative to others. So for a plan, you know, how is one particular disease prioritized compared to all of the others? So is it in the top 5, or is it in the bottom 5, or somewhere in the middle? So that's really important for the manufacturers to understand that. And it's also to gain payers' perspective on the product profile, whether it's an early draft of the product profile, or if you are within the last 6 months of launch mode, pre-launch mode, you'll have a better sense of what the product profile entails. So you want to test that with your payer customers. And you also want to gauge evidentiary requirements. What type of data will you need for that optimal placement on the plan's formulary? And also to measure price sensitivity with payers for a particular treatment or disease area, depending on what's in the news and how technology drives the treatment. The price may be incredibly high according to the payer's perspective. So it's really up to us and the manufacturers to kind of help put together that value message. And also to understand which, if any, access barriers might be placed on a new therapy. A lot of times we focus on the benefits the product may bring, but it's also important to identify and prepare for any barriers that might come up. And of course, to understand the competitive landscape. Are we dealing with, you know, 1 or 2 other competition, or is it a sea of competition? So it's good to know that going in. And we know that this is not an exhaustive list. the list of objectives may go on and on. So for let's take an example of a product that was newly acquired by your organization. So you may go through the thought process. What are your main objectives for this new product? What type of research would you need to conduct in order to address these objectives? How long will it take to conduct all the research? And what sequence would you need to do them? And then in the end, after you've laid out the plan, what budget would you need to secure to support this research plan? So that's just some of the preliminary questions that you'll ask yourself.